Man, I was talking about it just a couple of months ago. I'm reading the news today, and I'm a day late. I see that UPS have laid off 48,000 employees. 48,000. That's a lot of people out of work just before the holidays. Just before the holidays, just to be out of work, period, in this economy. You know how hard it is to find a job? Find a decent paying job right now. 48,000 people laid off. That line of work only prepare you for that line of work, to my understanding. That's 48,000 people needing a job right now. I said it when they was talking about the severance pay stuff. I will opt out. I would have taken the severance pay and went into another career field. I would have gone into law enforcement. Through all these hardships, through all these economical downturns, law enforcement tends to stand strong in these times. I'm gonna say it. Anybody looking to get into law enforcement, I want to do what I can to help. I don't care if you're from out of state. I don't care if you're from in-state. Share this video with somebody that could find it useful that's been laid off, or anybody, period. Holler at me. Get in my inbox. I'm going to make a point to find you. Let me know that you inbox me through this video. Let's see about getting back to work real fast.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of our deep dives into the latest US economic chaos. Now, here's the big question. What happens when Santa's biggest delivery partner starts laying off workers before Christmas? That's right. Now, UPS just announced 48,000 layoffs nationwide. And this isn't just another corporate reshuffle. This is a serious warning sign, a red flag waving in front of Trump's so-called booming economy.
What's going on, my truckers? Welcome to my trucking news. We're out here doing a live report for you. So basically Q3's out. The CEO, Carol Tome, has made an announcement saying that they have cut a lot of costs when it comes to UPS, and they basically have cut over 48,000 jobs this year alone. So when we look at UPS's stock, it has gone up over 8%. Now it says here, UPS on Tuesday reported earnings that topped Wall Street's estimate ahead of its busy holiday season and revealed deeper cuts as part of its sweeping turnaround plan. So the company said Tuesday it reduced its operational workforce by 34,000 jobs this year, greater than its previous estimate of 20,000 reduction, and the company also trimmed 14,000 jobs from its management workforce. Most of these cuts, as we know, come from their partnership with Amazon. In the third quarter, Amazon total volume with UPS fell 21.2%. Executives said on earnings call, compared with a 13% decline for the first half of the year. UPS also initiated a sale-leaseback transaction in the third quarter for 5 properties as part of its broader strategy, which resulted in a $330 million of what the company described as a pre-tax gain on sale in its supply chain solution division. It said Tuesday that it has now closed daily operations at 93 leased and owned buildings through September as part of the initiative. How many truck drivers for the company, which they call feeder drivers, does this actually hurt? And my thought process is it's actually not a lot. The reason why is I talked to feeder drivers out there. You know, some did take that package that they put out there, but besides that retirement package, I would say over 34,000 that were being cut were part-time workers. So my truckers, just want to give you the news. This is a big update, but as far as UPS goes, it's a big part of the supply chain. It's a big part of trucking. And if you work for UPS, tell me, do you feel that they're making the right moves or not? You know, at the end of the day, we know they had this historic big payday for all the union members, all the Teamster members, but because of that, look what they did, right? They're automating all of their warehouses, and at this point, you know, it's just hurting the American hardworking people. But overall, my truckers, just want to give you that news information today. All right, here's my question of the day for all the truck drivers out there. So, August 22, 2023, over 340,000 UPS Teamsters nationwide got this big historic contract. And my question to you is this the reason why UPS has gone the automated route?
Amazon's getting all the headlines for their recent announcement and boldness of just saying this is how many people we're laying off, 30,000 people. What's kind of gone under the radar, and I saw this reported yesterday, but not widely, was UPS has laid off 48,000 people this year. 48,000. I don't know how you can lay off that many people and have it go under the radar, but they kind of did. I think what surprised folks on the earnings call, and by the way, when they had the earnings call, revenue's down and profitability's down, but because of the layoff announcements, stock price was up between 7 and 10%. So again, you need another example of profits over people. This is 100% it, right? You laid off almost 50,000 people this year, and yet you're rewarding the company for just taking the cost out. So there is no people in this business anymore. But regardless, that I think what UPS had said earlier back in April was they're planning to cut about 20,000 jobs, and they ended up cutting almost 50,000 jobs over the course. And again, why I talk about this one, it frustrates me to no end that they don't even pretend to care about the people anymore. But there's the number of Gen Xers that are still caught up in this corporate chaos. And again, I think this is the tip of the iceberg, right? We're going to see more and more of these that, right, it was supposed to be 20,000, but it ended up being 50,000. This is Amazon 30,000 going to be 60,000. And across the board, all of a sudden you look at 1 million job cuts, and more importantly, 1 million less jobs, right? So if you're a Gen Xer that's having a trouble, finding the positions, right? Because there's fewer and fewer positions as you get up that ladder, especially if you get to stop short of the C-suite where you really get your payout, it's going to become much more difficult to do that. So again, I feel and have empathy for those folks that are caught up in it. I've been caught up in these layoffs before. Fortunately, now I've been out for almost 6 years, and again, dedicated to helping these corporate Gen Xers that are either stuck or have been caught in these layoffs. So if you're one of these folks, don't see a path out, think you have to take another corporate job, solopreneur may be the path for you, right? And it's just leveraging your corporate experience and all those other things. You really don't have to do anything different. And if you've been laid off, you have no excuse not to at least try this. And again, that's where I put all my focus. So if you are still a corporate Gen Xer and curious about what other options are, but not ready to take any action, I've got a free Slack group. You can find that. I think it's the first link in my link tree, and also a free starter kit. Just helps you think about what life outside of corporate would look like, how you could leverage your corporate experience, what a solopreneur actually is. It's kind of being in corporate, but multiple clients without all the busy work. So anyway, as usual, if you're still in corporate, good luck.
Y'all better start seeing these type of headlines and taking whatever it is that you do as your skills or your businesses more seriously, because as AI and robots get more advanced, you're going to have more and more chance of losing your job. And we haven't even seen the high end of what AI and robots can do. We only see what the public can see. We haven't really seen what the FBI and all of the higher up and the billionaires have access to, guys. We have to take our skills and brands and businesses more seriously and get into a position to where we can not be taken out by somebody else.
I'll just set this here. Whatever you do, these are layoffs as of today, October 29th, 2025. If you have a job, keep it. If you're looking for another job because you just can't stay where you're at, interview while you have this one. Talk about the health and the future of the company when you're interviewing with them. Whatever you do, don't lose your job. Number 3, you need a side hustle, a source of income. Start a consulting business, a paper gift wrapping business. Whatever you need to do, use your skills for commerce. Because in this economy, too many jobs are going. All right, be blessed.
UPS laid off 48,000 workers this year after clocking a net income of almost $6 billion last year, which is more proof that if you work hard in America, you don't get ahead. You just make a lot of money for some rich shareholders and then you get fired.
What can Brown do for you? Well, apparently what they can do is lay off 48,000 people year to date. So that's right, 48,000 people have been laid off from UPS this year. 34,000 of them from the operational part of the company, another 14,000 that are in managerial roles. And this is far above the estimated and planned 20,000 employees that they had projected to lay off at the start of the year. And they are linking these layoffs to a downturn in volume from their largest customer, Amazon. For Q3, Amazon was down 21% in volume for UPS. Now, this was above the 13% that they were already trailing for the first half of the year. With these cuts, the CEO is estimating that this will be UPS's most efficient holiday season. And they, of course, threw in that they are utilizing AI to help with logistics and custom evaluations to help product flow. For more information, you can, of course, follow me, Majesty, and I'll give you the most up-to-date business news that I have.
I see that y'all ignored my last post when I told you that the leaders of America, the leader of the world, is breaking up with us. UPS just laid off 48,000 people. When I made this video about food stamps, it wasn't just about food stamps. You hear me? It wasn't just about food stamps. All y'all that's working these jobs, certain particular jobs, where you making like $25 to $30 an hour, $40 an hour, $50 an hour by average. Some of y'all are on salary. They're breaking up with us. All this independent, I'm going to take care of my own, you're going to have to stop. It's going to take a village. You ain't going to be able to do it on your own. All the single people, we're not going to be able to do it on our own. We got to start watching each other's back for real. For real. Not that fake shit. For real. Because what's going on is the rich have found a way where they don't have to pay you no more. And we over here too busy fighting about gender wars, marriage, independent, cheating, and then talking about and celebrating how I am independent and doing it on my own. That shit finna cease. For a lot of people, a lot of y'all listen to this. And this is very important. A lot of us that's over here on, especially on the high end level of making money. Oh, I don't need nobody. I don't move my family over here to the suburbs. I'm living on my own. That shit's still right now. At the particular moment, you gonna find a way where it still could be comfortable. But you see it. You see it. You finna be affected too. Just like the 9-to-5 workers, just like the people that's getting it out the mud, living check by check, you feeling it too. And the people that's living by check and doing this shit, don't think for 1 second that the people that show you online that they got these 5, 6, 7 bedroom houses and they living good and they on trips and going everywhere, they're feeling it too. But they got to keep up that persona. It's coming. It's here. Matter of fact, stop playing. Unify. Race, color, ain't got nothing to do with what I'm talking about right here. Any citizens that's living in America, I'm just dealing with America at this moment of what I'm going to say. It's time to unify and watch each other's back because it's coming. These jobs laying off like crazy. Amazon just laid off about 14,000 people. It was on the news. But I forgot, a lot of people don't watch the news. All this shit that we over here complaining about and celebrating about, they are happy you are doing it. Because while you over here paying attention, giggling, and coming up with new dances and shit like that, they're changing laws. They're coming up with plans. They're coming up with moves to make you more broker than what you are. And the ones that's at a level that's already up high, is trying to stay high. And when they pass away, whatever happens, they're teaching their kids to do the same thing to your ass. So it ain't changed. Y'all better stop playing out here. It's getting real. It's getting real.
I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but something is happening with our workforce. Amazon just announced that they will be cutting 14,000 jobs due to new enhancements that has to do with AI. UPS has announced that they've reduced their workforce by 48,000 employees from prior year. Also, rumor has it that Target will be laying off another 800 employees. Now, if you saw my previous TikTok, you see that they've already laid off quite a bit. To add to this, there's a government shutdown, and some government employees have not been paid since October 1st. That wasn't enough. We are also about to experience people losing their SNAP and EBT benefits. This is set to begin on November 1st. A lot of these employees are having to depend on their savings, their 401k, and certainly not the government. They can't even depend on the government to have their back. And I feel that this should be a major wake-up call for us all. Comment and let me know your thoughts down below. Follow me for more content just like this.
So for everyone saying that the tariffs don't directly affect the consumers, one way that companies can keep their prices low despite Donald Trump's tariffs is by laying off their employees. The UPS has already announced 48,000 jobs that they have cut this year. They're closing more. They're closing more buildings and more stores that for our UPS. Amazon is on track to cut 38,000 people. So the Trump administration is just losing more and more jobs due to tariffs. Yeah, the prices are going to stay low, but now people are losing their jobs. People are already going to be losing their SNAP, their WIC. Americans are suffering under this administration, and people who support Trump continue to blindly ignore these things that are happening. The world is suffering, and America is suffering, and we continue to look up and say, well, I don't see anything wrong here. I don't know, man. Have a good day, guys.
As we approach the holidays, when shipping demands is supposed to skyrocket, UPS, one of America's biggest logistic giants, is now cutting nearly 50,000 jobs. This is not just seasonal trimming, that's an avalanche of pink slips in what should be the busiest season of the year. Now, let's be honest. Layoffs like this don't happen in isolation. They are not just a UPS problem. They are part of a pattern we've been seeing all year. From manufacturing to retail, from tech to transportation, Amazon streaming staff, factories are slowing production, and trucking companies are going under. And when you look closely, there's one big shadow hanging over all of it. And that's Trump's tariff war. Now, let's break it down. Trump's new tariffs, which meant to bring jobs back to America, are doing the exact opposite. By taxing imported materials and goods, companies are paying more to produce less. Now, the ripple effect is higher prices for consumers, smaller profit margin for businesses, and you guessed it, layoffs. UPS doesn't exist in a vacuum. They move the goods that fuel the entire economy. When fewer products are being made, fewer are being shipped. And when shipping slows down, warehouse workers, drivers, and logistics managers all take the hit. So when Trump boasts about protecting American jobs, we have to ask, which jobs exactly? Because it sure looks like those protections are punching holes right through the middle class instead. Okay? Now, imagine being one of those 48,000 UPS workers right before the holidays. Now, families who were planning to buy gifts, decorate trees, and maybe even travel, suddenly worrying about rent, bills, and health insurance. Now, the timing couldn't be worse. The holiday season usually brings overtime, bonuses, extra paychecks. Now, this year, for tens of thousands of Americans, it's bringing unemployment lines and uncertainty. And here is the real kicker. As layoffs rise and spending drops, the whole retail economy takes a hit. Now, when people don't have jobs, they don't shop. When they don't shop, small businesses suffer. It's a vicious cycle, and it all cycles back to policies that were supposed to make America great again. So, if this trend continues, we could see a weak holiday sales season, right? Lower retail numbers, shrinking consumers' confidence, and possibly even more layoffs could come January. Now, the so-called Trump recovery is starting to look like, or a lot like, recession in disguise. And if companies like UPS, Amazon, and Walmart, the backbone of American logistics and retail, are scaling down, then the next few months might be rougher than most Americans expect. So, what's really going on here? Are these layoffs just market corrections, or are we watching the side effect of reckless economic policies play out in real time? You tell me, do you think Trump's tariffs are saving American jobs, or are they slowly dismantling the very economy they promised to fix? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear from everyone: UPS workers, business owners, everyday Americans. How are these layoffs and prices affecting you as the holiday approaches? Now, don't forget to like the video, share the video, and please subscribe for more honest conversations about the real state of the American economy. And until next time, guys, stay informed, stay thoughtful, and keep questioning what they tell you. I'll see you guys on my next video, and credit belongs to original creators.